This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's Sweetheart, Davian. And
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane. This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Woo, Daddy-O. You're with the Pinkest Playboy at the party, Pinkest Chipendales, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., and it is a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with the Pinkest Playboy at the party, Pinky Chipendale.
Woo, Daddy-O. Now that stinks. And I just want to let you know, if you're in the Williamstown, New Jersey area this Saturday, December 27th, you could see me live as Big D and the Pink take on ECW's own Jason Knight and Bull Dread in a tag team match. That's December 27th at 301 Bluebell Road in Williamstown, New Jersey, the Pfeiffer Center.
Perfect. And where can we find you on social media as well?
You can find me all over social media. Just type in the words Pinky Chippendales. You can also see me on Piledriver University's page. That's the wrestling training facility that I own here in Buffalo, New York. And you can check me out all over the internet. Just type in the name Pinky Chippendales. That's PinkyChippendales, Daddy-O. Woo!
Perfect. And merchandise?
Merchandise, as far as we have right now, we got stickers, we got t-shirts. Feel free to pick up a Pinky Chippendales t-shirt and be the Pinkest Playboy on your block, Daddy-O.
And how can we get these? Pro Wrestling Tees, DMing?
Yes, you could get them on ProWrestlingTees.com. You could also DM me live on Facebook, Instagram under Pinky Chippendales, Daddy-O. Wherever you can find me, you can contact me. You can receive all the pink merchandise your heart desires.
Perfect. And you don't have to go looking for it. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. Alright, let's get into it. You own Piledriver University and USA Pro Dojo. Can you tell us?
Yes, I do.
Can you tell us about your wrestling schools?
Absolutely. So I opened up Piledriver University January of this year. We're rolling strong, almost a year strong. It's a solid training facility where anybody could come in and help hone their craft. We're open 4 days a week. We're located inside the Buffalo Boxing Club, which half their gym is still their boxing gym. The other half is our wrestling gym. Coinciding, two different sports. A lot of action inside that building.
And USA Pro Dojo?
The USA Pro Dojo is also in the same facility. It's ran coinciding with Piledriver University. It's different training courses. With USA Pro Dojo, we are focusing more on the strong style, the Japanese strong style atmosphere of professional wrestling, whereas Piledriver University is more traditional based United States style.
you mentioned, almost 1 year in business. What kind of inspired you to open these two schools?
So I've been in the business myself for almost 8 years now. I've trained with some pretty great schools. The area that I'm in, I was very fortunate. We have quite a few schools in my area, but there's not one that was in my actual city. There's one all around, but there's not one in the actual city of Buffalo, and there never was. And I've always wanted them. I've always wanted there to be a school here in Buffalo, and not just one that claims that they're Buffalo, actually be in the city, so that way people that may have a hard time getting out to those far suburbs can still enjoy and have those same opportunities.
And how do you, train new talent compared to how you were trained, 8 years ago?
Well, I like to stick to a lot of those traditional values. Obviously, things have changed quite a bit in the last 8 years of being here, but I like to train and base my training around honor and respect. That's a big factor of my school, is teaching the future generation the respect of the business.
Oh, absolutely. A lot. I think that's a big thing in pro wrestling that unfortunately not a lot of schools do, teach that it should be the first thing that they teach. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And we always focus on good fundamentals as well. You can be the greatest professional athlete out there, but if you don't have proper fundamentals, what good are all the flips that you can do?
Right. Is there any of your students that we should be checking out or looking into coming up?
I'm very fortunate with the students that I've been working with since the opening of my school. My tag team partner is actually one of the students of my facility. His name is Big Dave Bauman. And that guy right there is a walking brick wall. I would hate to be on the other side of the ring against that man right there. That guy's got talent. And also another person that you're going to want to look out for is a new up-and-comer coming out of our gym. His name is Santos. And this kid can go. I'm telling you, within the next year or two, he's going to be the next big thing out there.
Oh, yeah. Now, there is a wrestling promotion called Wrestling Cannabis Alliance. Are you involved in the backstage, or are you just a part of the company?
So as far as the Wrestling Cannabis Alliance, that is a mixture of a few different things. It is more of an umbrella company, I would imagine. So not only is that a wrestling promotion, which haven't quite had their first show yet under the title of Infused Pro Wrestling, but that is also going to be a multifaceted cannabis company releasing wrestling-themed cannabis products and looping in the two, because for years now, and still in a lot of places, wrestling and cannabis are far and few between. You're not allowed to associate one without the other, and we're trying to break down those walls. Because in all honesty, no matter how you feel about cannabis, it is a healthier alternative than forcing down a bunch of pills like, the people we we look up to that were in this business. So with the Wrestling Cannabis Alliance, and with even more so Infused Pro Wrestling, when there's an Infused Pro Wrestling show, those will be 21 and up shows, and they will also have, within our sponsorship deals, there will be cannabis served freely amongst the public to enjoy while they're watching those events. So it definitely is a niche. I'm interested in getting that in motion. That specific company does not have a date scheduled for it yet, but I do have a schedule date for the first big Yusha Pro Wrestling show, which will be on January 10th at 2909 Supply Avenue in Commerce, California. I'm teaming up with Bring On the Bully. We got some big name stars coming in for that event, making their California debut. I'm just going to name a couple over here. Justin Taylor, which I'm sure you know who Justin Taylor is, and if you're not, check him out. That guy is amazing. We also have Big Ben Bishop on the card, which, if you own any social media, you know who Big Ben Bishop is.
Oh, yeah.
So, again, that's going to be Bring On the Bully, January 10th, live at Dirt Dog. That's the Compound, 2909 Supply Avenue, Commerce, California, on the outskirts of Los Angeles.
Perfect. And is this your first show that you are actually, promoting?
For a big audience, yes. We have been releasing and taping Yusha Pro TV, which is going to be streamed on Roku TV, Wrestling Central.
What does that kind of mean to you to, get on, Roku and have your shows actually, produced?
Yes. I've been very fortunate over this last year in putting together some of the greatest professional wrestling that I've witnessed with my own eyes. And I look forward to both January 10th. I also look forward to this weekend at Assault Championship Wrestling, when I get to take on somebody that I've looked up to my whole life. As a child, one of my biggest dreams weren't only to be a professional wrestler, but to make it on Extreme Championship Wrestling. And obviously, I didn't get that opportunity because that company closed down when I was still young.
Right.
So, yep. So to be able to step in that ring against Jason Knight this weekend at the Pfeiffer Center, I can't wait, Daddy-O.
It seems like it's a big moment for your career to be stepping in the ring with him, no?
Yes, it definitely is.
Another vet of the business that you've been in the ring with was the Latin Soldier, 25 years in the business.
Absolutely. I'm quite familiar with the Latin Soldier.
What was it like for you to wrestle, be in the ring with him, and compete?
I'll tell you, he's a pretty good wrestler. One of my biggest rivalries, if you could say, I know there was a promo that was issued out that the management of Nickel City didn't like too much, so it didn't really see much light of day, but it got the Latin Soldier's attention. And when we did face off in Batavia, I got the best of them. I didn't get to see no shell of a man right there. I got to see the former Nickel City champion right there in the flesh.
I mean, speaking of Nickel City, you won the NCW Compound Championship.
That's right.
What did
That's
that
right.
mean to you to capture that title?
It meant a lot to me to be the Nickel City Compound Champion. I actually won that title a couple days after I want to say it was my 30th birthday. It was 3 years ago. A couple days after my birthday, the moment was a rush. It was my first title that I've ever held, and as of this moment, it's the only title that I've ever held. I still cherish those memories as champion. I wish I would have had a more illustrious reign as champion, but it is what it is.
I gotcha. But, winning championship, is that a moment that you take in the moment? Or is that something that kind of sets in afterwards? Like, wow, I did this.
I feel like both. I feel like that moment right there is such a rush. Having in any match, winning any match, that moment, hearing the crowd either cheer or boo in disgust, you get that rush. It's even more of a rush when you're winning a title. However, that it sets in even more after. When those lights go out, when the fans are gone, and you're left there looking in the mirror with 15 more pounds of gold, and your pockets a little bit thicker than they would have been if you lost that match. It is an experience. It's a rush. And it's one of the defining moments of my career that makes me continue to this day. You see, not many people will know this, and I'm going to let you in on this, and I'm sure people will deny it if they do hear this radio play, but I was real close. I was actually scheduled to have a rematch to win that title. They was scheduled for Rising Dawn 2 years ago. And I was going to have a rematch. I was training heavy. I was ready to kick some ass and bring that back. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you could say it. You could say ass. Say whatever.
All right, cool. I was ready to kick some ass and bring that gold back home. And, I ended up getting into a life-threatening car accident.
Ooh.
And it cost me my career. And honestly, anything that I have done this year, the schools coming back to wrestling, all of that is a miracle. I wasn't supposed to ever be able to step in the ring again. And that night at Rising Dawn, instead of fighting for that opportunity to win the title back, the Compound Championship, taking on Kodiak, I ended up having to give a retirement speech. And that moment, I thought that was it forever. So the fact that I am able to do this now, that I've opened the school, that it's all a miracle. The Lord has been with me. I don't mean to get religious. I don't know your religious views. But the Lord's been with me, and this has all been a blessing.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely the Lord is with you. Obviously, a really bad car accident, you are able to wrestle now. Like you said, you have matches coming up. What does that kind of mean to you after having, not even a career-threatening, but a life-threatening, accident, to actually be able to step back in the ring?
It means the world to me. During that accident, it wasn't just wrestling that I had to walk away from. I lost a lot during that point in time of being injured. I lost a lot of people. Still some to this day that I don't speak to. And I felt like that time away, I grew. I'm going to be real with you here. I grew a little sour. I grew watching people go on without me. And, it grew me sour to a point where at certain moments, I didn't feel like I ever wanted to come back to wrestling. So the fact that I'm able to, the fact that now I feel like I have even more of a purpose in this business, and that's helping people make it to that next level. Because I'm going to be real with you, brother. I don't know how long Pinky Chippendales has in the ring left as far as his career, but my main focus is the schools and everything, putting out Yusha Pro Wrestling and everything. So you might end up seeing Pinky Chippendales take a step back in the near future and, just focus his energy on making that future more fruition.
Hell yeah. Now, going back to, matches that you've had, you also wrestled Shadowcat, obviously the big bad of NCW. What was your experience wrestling Shadowcat?
He hits pretty hard. I'll give him that. He packs a punch. Yeah, that's a tough question there, but yeah, he's a very worthy opponent. That guy, as you already know, Shadowcat is as well known in Nickel City, has held almost every title, if not every title, in that company, and he's got it there through hard work and dedication. One of my biggest rivalries, and I'd love to step back in the ring and smack the shit out of him one last time.
Is that something that is a possibility?
Well, as of right now, I don't believe it is, but I'd never say never. I'd invite him down to Yusha Pro if he had enough courage to him to come in. But I wouldn't mind, stepping in the ring with anybody, to be honest with you. I'd never back down from any fight. I'd step in the ring with the best of them if I could. Every opportunity I'm not squaring away from.
Oh yeah. Now, not too long ago, you got to train with Mike Quackenbus at the Wrestle Factory. What was that experience like?
It was amazing. Mike Quackenbush is truthfully one of the greatest minds in professional wrestling that I've ever met. And the fact that he's even taken the liking into what we're doing over here at Piledriver University and the Yusha Pro Dojo, I'm very grateful for. I'm grateful for the opportunity that he's given us, and for me and my students to come on down to the Wrestle Factory and train there a few times. We've also had virtual seminars with him, and just the knowledge that guy has given me and given everybody in my facility is worth more than any amount of money that could be purchased. It's one of the greatest experiences for training that I've ever experienced. Mike Quackenbush has taught me a lot, and I'm very thankful and appreciative of everything that he has done for all of us at Piledriver University.
Hell yeah. What is maybe something that he taught you or said to you that you have applied to your training, you training your students?
Well, he's taught me quite a few moves that I've had a lot of fun teaching my students how to perform. But just all in all, he's given us a lot of his philosophies on wrestling psychology and just, I mean, I don't want to sit there and give away any of his secrets because, they're within, his knowledge to give, but he has, let's just say that it's been a night and day game changer just having him on our side, as far as training both psychology and why things are done, when they're done, how they're done. Mike Quackenbush has been, all in all, a life changer. And to have him as a friend and an advisor for Yusha Pro Dojo and, give us the opportunities he has been amazing. And shout out to Mike Quackenbush. You are the man. You are the man, Daddy-O.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Shredder interfered in one of your matches?
Shredder?
Yes. From
the
Ninja
Turtles? Yes. Shredder did interfere in one of my matches. That was at Music is Art in Buffalo, New York, which is one of our big music events out here. We had about 5,000 people coming in and out. I actually made my debut at one of those events, Music is Art in Buffalo, New York. I believe that year was the year that I was the champion. I probably hold the least impressive championship reign in professional wrestling history. That's my biggest thing as far as my Nickel City run.
I wouldn't say that. Those guys that held championships for a lot less time, I would say.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I did an X Pocket and drop it the next night, I guess.
Right. Kane lost the championship the next night. Big Show lost the championship in 5 minutes. Roman Reigns lost the championship in 5 minutes. So, not necessarily, that unimpressive. You said, getting back to Shredder interfering in your match.
Yeah, I went to go make the hot tag to Michelangelo, and he was nowhere to be found, man. I don't know what happened. I think he went out to go find a pizza or something and left me high and dry. Next thing I know, I got like 4 or 5 wrestlers and Shredder snapping selfies with me while they're choking me on the ropes. Good times.
Maybe this is a better time. Could you tell us about that time you worked with NWA?
Absolutely. That was a blast. I enjoyed working with the NWA. That was pre-COVID. I'm not even quite sure if any of those videos were released, but it was definitely a good time traveling out to Atlanta and finding out that Atlanta has literally a Waffle House every 5 or 10 feet from each other. That was pretty cool. Good times in Atlanta. Got some really good advice from Robert Gibson that day. As that day he told me, he said, no matter how many bridges you burn, kid, if you keep going, fuck them. No matter where you end up, as long as you keep going. They could be at the bottom, they could stay at the bottom, as long as you float to the top. Robert Gibson from the Rock and Roll Express.
Oh yeah, all-time greats.
Yes. Apologize, Robert Gibson, for punching you in the mouth that one time as a referee.
I think it's time for Pinky's Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that description?
All right. Good road story. I'm trying to think of one that's G-rated, Daddy-O. I don't know how explicit we can get on this podcast here.
I mean, you could get pretty explicit. We've had some very interesting and very interesting stories in the past. Let's just say that.
Let me think up a good one for you. Well, I wouldn't necessarily consider it a road story, but one time, I didn't even know if I could say this story, man. I feel bad even mentioning this story because the guy in it passed away. Fuck it. I'm going to give you the Virgil story. Here's the story for you. Okay. One time in young Pinky Chipendale's life, when he was just a little ref, I was working a show and Virgil was there. Now, Virgil, I was talked into, and here's a bit of advice. Never let a professional wrestler spend the night at your house. So I was doomed with the task of having Virgil spend the night at my house, so that way they could cut the promoter a couple dollars from getting him a hotel or whatever they were paying him. Anyways, he spent the night at my house, and I had him sleep on my brand new leather couch, and this couch was literally 10 feet away from my bathroom. When Virgil left, I noticed that I was missing a full box of Lucky Charms, and my couch, my brand new leather couch, was covered in piss.
Ooh.
Virgil pissed all over my couch. I had to get rid of the couch. And years later, I seen Virgil. I was working a Hall of Fame show, and Virgil just showed up to it. I want to say it was the first Hall of Fame ceremony for the Hall of Fame in Albany. And as soon as I seen Virgil, I'm thinking in my head, I was like, this fucking guy, he ain't even going to remember me. He just walks by me. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Pink, how you doing? And goes on his way. The whole time I'm stewing. And right before this, I seen that, he posted that he took a photo with Brooke Hogan and charged her $30 for the photo. I was like, whatever. I'm stewing the whole day, staring at this guy, pissed off, just thinking about the fact that he pissed on my couch. And I remember my girlfriend at the time that I was with really wanted to take a photo with him. So I was thinking in my head, if he just takes this photo, fine, we'll call it even. And we get up there to take the photo, and this guy tries to charge me $60 for a photo with him. And I flipped out on him right there. I was like, Virgil, you motherfucker, you pissed all over my couch. You can't even take a photo with me. Yeah, I went off on him. But rest in peace, Virgil. I feel bad even speaking bad about the dead here, but it's a true story. Virgil pissed on my couch. Cost me an $850 leather couch.
And then he charged you $60 for a picture.
Yes, then he tried charging me $60 for a photo. I did not pay him the $60 for the photo, but still, he tried charging me it.
Well, definitely.
And then, like a year later, at the backstage of a show, I watched him piss himself too. So he really had problems going to the restroom in the later years of his life, and it made me feel bad for being so angry for him pissing on my couch. It was one of those like life-changing experiences. Watch him not be able to control his bladder to realize that, it was a medical issue. But for years, I hated Virgil until I seen that, and then I just started feeling sorry for him. Rest in peace, Virgil.
Rest in peace, Virgil.
But I still not paying $60 for a damn photo.
You mentioned, your time as a ref. What was that experience like, refereeing before you got in the ring? What did you kind of learn during that process that helped you in the ring?
Oh, I learned a lot as a referee. For one, I learned the proper structuring of the match, and you learn a lot on the road either way, no matter what it is. One thing that I like to tell everybody is the referee is one of the main positions you can be in this business. It is one of the most respected positions, one of the most important positions, and a lot of aspects, the referee is the one that's gonna, if you get injured in that ring, that referee is going to be the one to make sure that you get medical assistance. Even down the line to where a lot of referees that I work with, I make sure when I'm hiring them that they're CPR certified and, they can handle stuff in the ring as a medic if they need to. If it gets that far out of hand to where they need immediate assistance, they're right there to help you. So being a referee by no means is a small job. That is one of the most important jobs you can have as in the wrestling business. It's one of the most respected jobs that you can be in this business, and I loved it. I loved being a referee. I loved all aspects of wrestling, and every job that I have had in this business, from security to ring crew to being a referee. I just love being around the sport and being here. So to be able now to put on my own show, it's life-changing. It means a lot to me to make sure that the future has that same traditional value of professional wrestling that I feel sometimes gets lost in modern day.
I got you. You mentioned, CPR certified, really taking care of, the talent in that regard. Was there ever a moment in the ring where, things maybe didn't go exactly as planned that you kind of had to adjust to?
Absolutely. Everything we do out there, we are taking risks with our body. And in a moment's notice, bad things can happen. I've been very fortunate in the ring. I haven't gotten too badly injured in the ring myself, but I've seen it happen. A lot of people that I care about have been injured in that ring, and it's definitely something that's always on the back of our mind when we get in that ring. We know that it's a risk, and there's a risk that we might not even step out of this ring. And it's one of those things that you really have to love this business to put your body at risk in that way. But yes, I have seen, luckily, knock on wood, I've only had minor injuries in the ring, but I have seen some pretty bad things. I've seen people's knees blow out just on something simple as walking through the ropes.
Damn.
I've seen people hit the turnbuckles, be whipped into a corner, and the top turnbuckle and the top rope comes flying off and sends them flying in the air. I've witnessed some pretty crazy things happen. Hey, even in the line of training, this is very minor to some things that I've seen, but the one day I was in the middle of doing a roll-up and I banged my head in the middle of the roll-up and I'm busted open wide on my eye. I'm over here. I didn't even notice that I made connection, but as soon as I stand up to go celebrate, my face is covered in blood. So everything that we do in that ring needs to be handled with a level of respect.
Right.
But all in all, safety is number one, especially in a business where you're basically running your body into the ground. You need to make sure that you have somebody out there that's protected, and that's why you also, especially in New York State, I know some states are differ in what they need or what they allow to put on a show, but in New York State, we're really tight with our state athletic commission. Like, you have to have an EMT on scene to do a show. So, which is really good because those type of regulations you need. I've seen shows where 3 people have gotten injured in the first match.
Damn.
One right after the other. And it's definitely risks involved in every time we step in that ring.
Well, from safety to not so safe, could you tell us that time you met Steve-O?
Yeah, I can talk about that. Steve-O, that goes back to what I was saying about don't ever let a pro wrestler stay at your house. We'll never let a celebrity stay at your house either. Steve-O actually cost me my security deposit at my first apartment. I got kicked out of my apartment because he stayed at my house and decided he was going to destroy the house. He ended up jumping and putting his ass through my wall. Fuck you, Steve-O. Yeah.
Why did he do this?
So Steve-O was in town for a comedy event. He was doing his stand-up comedy, and at the time, I was a part of a music act called Vocals, which is none other than Vocals himself, who has been featured on American Idol. One of his big things, he was a close friend of mine, and he wanted Steve-O to witness him do his thing, and we were a big part of his stage show. We were wrestling and fighting on stage. This was back before I was trained or anything, so we were just beating the hell out of each other like jabronis. But we ended up fighting in front of Steve-O while Vocals did his thing and sang his song in front of him, and he ended up hanging out with us after the show for a little bit and then stayed at my house. And videotaped himself putting a hole through my wall, and then told me he was going to pay me back, and he still owes me. So yes, if you know Steve-O, he still owed me my security deposit.
But look at the bright side. He didn't charge you $60 for a photo.
That's true. That is true. He definitely does owe me the same amount as fucking Virgil. Rest in peace, Virgil. Fuck you, Steve-O.
Now, can you tell us about your love of Dragon Ball Z?
Dragon Ball Z, I wouldn't necessarily say that I have a love for it. I used to be really into it as a kid. I enjoyed it watching it with my grandfather as a young child. But yeah, I haven't really focused in on it for a while now.
I gotcha. So just a fun childhood memory.
Yeah.
Okay. What can you tell us about your tattoos and if there's any significant meaning to them?
My tattoos?
Yes.
Okay, so I have Platoon 716 on my back, which was my old rap group when I used to be a rapper under the name Sergeant Enigma. I have a They Live tattoo, which represents one of my favorite movies with none other than the legend Roddy Piper. I have Abe Lincoln with a bullet hole in his head and a bloody target, which was representing my best friend at the time, who ironically his name was John Booth, like John Wilkes Booth, the guy that killed Lincoln. And I have another tattoo, which was my first tattoo. It's a guy walking out of a casket with an umbrella and it's raining blood, and it's actually my brother tattoo. My brother has it, and the colors are reversed on his tattoo. And it basically just represents that me and my brother have each other's backs through bloodshed to death.
Okay. Is there any plans for new tattoos in the future?
Yeah, I'm thinking about a couple. I haven't, finalized any ideas on it yet, but I'm thinking about a couple.
Okay, so more to come.
Yes.
Can you tell us about the Cream of the Crop YouTube show?
Absolutely. So the Cream of the Crop YouTube show is probably the start of my streaming, I would say. I don't even know what to consider that. It started off as just a picture. I used to work overnights at this place called Louis Texas Red Hots. It was a hot dog place as a cook, and I was an overnight kitchen manager. And we used to get the most rowdiest of crowds there. So sometimes we would film with special guests, which would be random people that would come in, or we'd just do it ourselves. But it started off as just a photo of me drinking coffee, and people liked it so much that I started a little video with it. And then my coworker at the time, Brother Yitza, if he ended up joining in, and that's where the fun really started. We started doing challenges and acting a fool even more. We got shut down. The owner of the franchise, Louis, his daughter ended up seeing the video online and told her father. So her father came in and yelled at my boss and told him if he didn't fire us that he was going to shut down his portion of the franchise. And my boss basically flipped him off and told us that we had to stop filming it. We were in the process of filming a movie called the Super Utes Brothers movie, and during filming that, it just ended up getting scrapped. And that was before I was a wrestler, though. Definitely some fun times, though. Shout outs to Brother Yutza.
Do you think we'll ever see that movie come to light down the line?
Never say never. Again, I'm going to say that never say never, because I would love to pick right back up and shoot the Super Utes Brothers movie. We have a lot of good scenes filmed. I don't know exactly how we would just pick up where we left off, because obviously we're older now and we look a lot different than we did back then. But I would love to get back out there with Brother Utes and, tour the Utes factory.
Oh, yeah. I think it's time for the colossal question. Let's say that they're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first 3 songs on your movie soundtrack?
That's a good question. They got to be some good songs, Daddy-O. First song would probably be Ride Like the Wind by Christopher Cross.
Okay.
Second song, Hold on. I'm trying to think here. I gotta think of some good ones here for it. Gotta have my theme song, Daddy-O. Ready to Rock by Freeze Pop, which was also featured in Guitar Hero. I do own the rights to that song. Probably the only professional wrestler that owns the rights to a Guitar Hero song. And for the final song, for the climax, Daddy-O, for the climax moment, we got to end it off with Roll, Bounce, Skate. I believe that's by the Jack Vaughn family.
Okay. Well, definitely a solid 3 picks to say the least. Now
Thank
that
you,
we
Dad.
have the soundtrack down, everybody knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then you go to casting. Who plays you, and you can't say yourself because you are obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Who could be the pinkest playboy at the party? But who? There's only one man that I can see coming close to being the pinkest playboy at the party, and that's Creamy James. Creamy James Santos. That's who would play Pink at Chippendales, because he is definitely the second most pinkest playboy at the party, Daddy-O. And he's trying to run up for the first place, but you know, I'm still a little pinker than him, just a little bit.
Now that we have you casted, every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be 3 people significant to you and your story that would be in your movie, and who would play them?
That's a good question. And these people can't play as themselves either.
I will allow it, depending on the individual.
All right. I would want my girlfriend played by Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
No. Oh, shut up over there.
You mean?
Shut up over there. I'm in an interview.
Wait a minute, is that Randy?
No, I'm on an interview.
Is that Randy?
Do you see what I just did there? I should not have. No, it's
Wait a
not.
minute, hold on.
It's not Randy. Who is Randy?
That is, isn't it? It is.
No, this is James. This is James J.
James sounds
We're
like
wrestling with entertainment.
I can choke you out.
I'm sorry. Give me one moment here. Give me one moment here. All right. So yes, and I would want definitely Hot Pants Lance to play himself, because even though there's many imitators of Lance out there, there's only one. Nickel City Dirtbag, Hot Pants Lance. And I would also want Big Dave Bauman to play himself, because there's only one bad motherfucker in the building, and that's Big Dave Bauman. Big D in the pink, Daddy-O.
Alright. This is definitely sounding like a great movie. A blockbuster, to say the least. And you could pre-order the tickets now. On to a controversial subject. Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
I'm with it. As long as you put jalapenos and banana peppers with it. I'm a weird man, and I get down on some weird man pizza.
So we are pro pineapple on pizza.
Pro pineapple, as long as there ain't no. It's weird when you have pineapple and meat on there together, but if you take off the meat, that's the secret. If you're gonna put pineapple on there, take off the damn pepperonis, and don't even think about putting ham on there. What the fuck are you doing? That's why people don't like pineapple on pizza, because they have it with meat, and sweet meat is no good.
Okay, so pineapple, hold the meat.
Hold the meat.
What's your spirit Pokemon?
My spirit Pokemon? I am too manly, Daddy-O. I do not get down with some Pokemon.
Mine is Onyx.
Shut up over there!
I will accept Onyx.
Damn it, you hear? Yeah, you're over here answering for me. I don't even know who the hell Onyx is. I'm old.
We love the late great Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for Thug? THUG.
I do not, but I do love Tracy Smothers. So tell me the acronym of Thug.
T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail, 'cause a Doug can't spell.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
We love the late great Tracy Smothers, trying to keep the memory alive on the show.
Rest in peace, Tracy Smothers. And next time I see a shirt out there that says Tracy Smothers sucks, I'm coming out there and I'm committing triple mass homicide.
Weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview. Hopefully. Would you ever consider wrestling a Rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical Rock.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Daddy-O. I'll beat the hell out of a Rock. I'll shove my size 13 boot up a Rock's ass. And I'll beat the hell out of the Rock, Dwayne Johnson. If he ever had the balls to step in the ring with the Pinkest Playboy at the party, I'd kick him right in the balls.
Okay. Well, just for context, there is a wrestler named Psycho Mike that indeed wrestled a Rock for over 15 minutes in a Tungsten Man match. That's an Iron Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
Oh. Ooh, the longest Iron Man match. Now, who won that match? Did The Rock win?
The Rock, well, technically The Rock won. They tied, 319 to 319.
Damn.
The Rock was the world champion. So because they tied, The Rock retained the title. So technically The Rock won.
Good. Undefeated, Daddy-O. I'm coming for you, Rock. And was that Igneous?
Ron Vertigo, if you're listening, book the damn match.
Yeah.
We have a contender. On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, 5 years from now. That's a really hard question. Because, I mean, if you asked me this question last year, I would not in a million years think that I would be on a podcast with you right now, even talking. So 5 years from now, I'm just hoping that I'm still moving. I'm hoping that Yusha Pro is where it needs to be, and it's on a high level. We're still pumping out great professional wrestling. I'm hoping that within 5 years from now, probably within 5 years from now, I probably will not be on the front line anymore. Hopefully I'll be able to sit back and just, enjoy and focus more on the future. But yeah, who knows what 5 years can hold from now. I just hope that no matter what it is, I'm still in this business. I'm still relevant enough to have you give me another interview in 5 years.
Hell yeah. Celebrating almost 6 years of of USA Pro and
Yeah, yeah.
Survivor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Alright. And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready? Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here, brother. I'm sorry. You cut out a little bit. I couldn't hear you.
Oh yeah, this is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you
All
ready?
right. I'm ready, Daddy-O. Lay him on me.
Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
Oh, I'd say Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Worst wrestler.
Worst wrestler of all time. Ooh. I wasn't too fond of Al Dandy. I know Bret Hart liked him, but I wasn't too fond of Al Dandy.
We will accept that answer. You're main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Ooh. I'm main eventing WrestleMania. The grandest stage of them all, Daddy-O. And I would say the man on the top of the mountain right now, I'd say CM Punk. Me and him, I'd be happy to slap him around, Daddy-O. I'd be happy to paint Poster Pillar pink with his blood.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
Ooh. You know, I would love to come out to Jumbo Zaruta's entrance theme song. That theme song slams. If you never heard Jumbo Zaruta from All Japan Pro Wrestling, he probably has the best theme song. And maybe Inoki, too. Inoki had some pretty good theme song as well. All those Japanese wrestlers, they had way better theme songs. They were ahead of their time. Go listen to them.
Oh, just from the ones from New Japan were just amazing. Back in the day. I don't believe I've heard the one that you mentioned, so I'm definitely going to be Googling after the interview.
Absolutely. Oh, man. Giant Saruta had the greatest theme song of all time. It just gets me pumped. Even hearing it to this day, I get pumped up. I could see me walking in the ring with that.
Okay. Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
Kayfabe's alive.
We would have also accepted tastes great on toast.
It does.
Squash, vegetable or fruit?
Squash.
Is it a vegetable or fruit?
Oh. I think it's a fruit.
Yes, it is indeed a fruit. It has seeds.
Yeah.
Tomato logic. New Japan wrestler Tai Chi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
Oh, now that's a great question. And we're talking about like trunks, correct? No bikers.
Yes.
All right. Trunks to butt ratio. I believe it's a trick question because it all depends on the butt. If you have a butt that people want to see, maybe show a little cheek. If you got some dirty, hairy looking ass, cover it up, man.
Okay. And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know.
Ooh, lay it on me, Daddy-O.
Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
About Darby Allin. In a supermarket?
Yes.
Does a gas station count?
Did they sell food at this gas station?
They did. They do sell, more snacks than anything, and maybe some like roller hot dogs.
I will accept that answer.
Then yes, I did have a conversation with a complete stranger. This guy was pumping my gas, and I looked at him, and I was like, "Hey, aren't you Darby Allin?" And he said, "Why, yeah, I am Darby Allin." And I said, "Good. I wasn't going to tip you anyways, but now I'm definitely not going to tip you."
And that is the correct answer.
Thank you.
And that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Thank you so much for having me. Again, this has been the Pinkest Playboy at the party, and I am happy to say that I was interviewed on Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hell yeah. And once again, where can we find Piledriver University, USA Pro Dojo, and yourself on social media?
So on social media, you can find Piledriver University on Facebook, majority on Facebook, if you're looking for more so the gym. We do have an Instagram, however, that's hasn't had much activity put up there yet. It more so has been focused on the show that we are doing January 10th in California with Bring On the Bully. If you want to find me, you could find me on Facebook or Instagram under Pinky Chipendales. If you're also looking for me on Facebook, you can look me up by my shoot name, my government daddy-o, Ryan Stoll. Look me up, Stoll. And also, if you are in the New Jersey area, Williamstown, New Jersey, December 27th for Assault Championship Wrestling, right at the Pfeiffer Center. You could witness me and my tag team partner, none other than Big Dave Bauman, Big D and the Pink Daddy-O, as we take on none other than ECW legend himself, Jason Knight, and Bull Dread. And if you're in the LA area on January 10th, you could also see us for Bring On the Bully. USA Pro Wrestling is coming on down to Commerce, California. That's 2909 Supply Avenue at Dirt Dog, the Compound Daddy-O. We coming in there. We're taking over California. Witness us with a bunch of big stars. USA Pro Wrestling, USA Pro TV. You can also see us coming soon to Roku TV on Wrestle Central, Wrestling Central. Sorry, I'm getting a little tied up here, Daddy-O. Like I said, feel free to check me out. Pinky Chippendales. You can type that in anywhere and see me. I'm all over the place.
And you don't even have to type it into your Google machine. All of the links to all his social media for Piledriver University and USA Pro will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. Simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Get trained and give him a damn follow. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment. But on YouTube and Castbox, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, but on Extra and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Alright, when I say Wrestling With, you say entertainment. Okay?
Yeah.
For our special guest, Pinky Chippendale, Coleco Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling With
Entertainment. Woo! Now that sticks.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.